Hello, YouTube, and welcome to what is not only a brand new series, but my first ever video on this new channel. I haven't recorded or live streamed in a really long time, and I've never ever recorded TEW, so this is all pretty new to me, but I'm excited to get it going. We're playing in the Cornellverse, which in terms of TEW content, I feel there's only a sort of smudging of amounts to watch when it comes to the Cornellverse. We're of course doing local to global. The main goal for this whole series is I am not stopping until we hit global. Essentially, we become the best company and most popular in the whole game. Of course, Prestige Worldwide is the name we're going with. Our own user character will be Craig Prince. And in classic local to global fashion, we have zero pop across the board. We will be based in the USA, more specifically the Great Lakes, which I only actually picked the Great Lakes because there's no other companies in America there. That was pretty much it. The name of our promotion actually comes from a band in a pretty famous comedy movie, which I won't spoil. If you know, you know. But of course, emphasis on the worldwide, which we hope to take the company to that point. We have zero money as well. These, when you actually start on insignificant or rock hard difficulty, you do start with some pop and a bit of money, depending, I think, on your user character. But just for the sake of making it as hard as possible, I thought I would do this, which doesn't necessarily make it any harder. It just slows down your progress a lot. Some other things to run over before we jump into it. Most of my current settings, I think, is pretty much how default works. I did change area battle and regional battle status more, so it's more combined rather than on the stars. But we won't need to worry about that for a very, very long time. And I also changed natural growth limits. Usually by default, these are on full, and I've actually never ever played with anything but full, so this is kind of new to me. I'm putting it on weak to see how much more the ceiling gap is increased for popularity, because essentially natural growth limits kind of speaks for itself. It's basically caps your popularity, but of course the most important thing for us is popularity, and that's all we want is popularity. So it's more of an experiment putting it on weak. I don't know if it's going to be super overpowered or not, so it probably will go back to full. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And as for preferences, this is kind of a big deal for me. It's going to make the game much more challenging because I am in no way, shape, or form experienced at TEW. I played TEW 2016 just before 2020 came out, but most of my time playing 2020 has been on the Cornellverse. I think the mod for 1982, 86. So yeah, I'm very much a casual player, and I usually play sort of fantasy booking style, so most of these boxes are unticked when I usually play. But I thought for the purpose of posting this on, YouTube and having you guys follow along with the journey, I would also challenge myself to learn the game in a more sort of default way, the way it's supposed to be played, with overuse penalties and crowd burnout, the match ratios, industry economy, everything. I usually turn 80% of this screen off. So it's actually going to be quite hard for me to try and get used to all the new things. There is, of course, with the new edition of the game, I recently just bought it and I did like a very small, quick playthrough of the game, just more so to see what it was like. So I still don't really know all of the new features. I know of them, but I haven't actually experienced them yet. There's probably a few more things here to run over. Product would be a good one. As well as me talking about, I usually play sort of fantasy style. I also usually always put my product on no style, and I don't have to worry about anything. But of course, I tried to put it more basic. We have a match and angle focus both on regular, which means I think it's like 80 or 70% of your segment ratings, or your show ratings, sorry, are mainly based on your main event. We do have match requirements. In fact, sorry, I totally forgot to mention. The only thing I changed with my preferences is matching requirements I turned off because starting out as a new company, we'll only have 10 workers and it'll be that way for a while until we obviously start making money and more pop. So matching requirements I might turn back on later, but for now I'm turning it off because I don't want to have to force myself to book my shows a certain way. And scouting is off because it's always off. I'm never ever turning scouting on. Even if you paid me money to play with it on, I wouldn't want to. To be honest, I just don't. It's not enjoyable for me. It's never going to be on. But yeah, products pretty basic, I would say. There's a 40-60 to 60-40 split for popularity to match quality ratio. Matches less than 10 minutes are unable to achieve world class. We're doing the the 3-ring circus concept for our product, which basically it has a little bit of everything on your shows. You can please most of the audience. This is designed to appeal to all manner of wrestling fans in the West, whether they want entertainment, wrestling, or violence. This will give them a bit of everything. And stables are turned on, managers on, face and heel divide is on but loosely enforced. Most of the time it'll be faces against heels, but if I had to do, a dark match or whatever, I want to have the option to not get as penalised for it, and stables and managers will obviously not be introduced right now, but we will use them. We don't have too much more to go over on this. The economy will have a significant impact on merchandise, and so will the wrestling industry for attendance levels. Of course, the match requirements, we don't need to worry about this at all. Fans will expect storylines, which is something else I usually never ever use. I played the game, this is probably for the majority of people sounding very weird the way I play. It is very fantasy booking, no worries, just do what you want. But I need to obviously break that habit, so this will be a real fun challenge. And then of course we have some segment boosts like getting shaved and unmasking. Oh, I never noticed this before. Comedy beast gimmicks can be used by stars or major stars. That's yeah, usually that's always off. Crazy bumps will give a boost. Segments. I'm actually surprised they have shaved. You can get shaved bald, and there's crazy bumps, but there isn't unmaskings. That's a bit weird. When the company is like promoting everything, they like a bit of everything. But yeah, we can do it. I mean, apart from the adult entertainment thing, with penalising, we can run everything from hardcore shows, comedy, hardcore matches and comedy, and it doesn't matter. So I'm glad that we're not getting penalised or sort of chopped off at the legs, so to speak. We have the total freedom to do what we want. We're just going to go with the flow, see how it goes. I'll probably do this, just do it live, no edits. We'll probably try and burn through as many shows as we can to begin, because the main thing is just popularity. No matter what we do, we will be losing money. So I have made us, I actually did most of this beforehand. So events, we have Kickoff Carnage, which will be our monthly show to begin. We'll no doubt, once we get a bit more stability and a bit more of a structure to our shows and our schedule, I'll probably turn Kickoff Carnage into one of our like pay-per-views, which will be quite cool. It'll be like the oldest pay-per-view we'll ever have. But this is a normal event. It'll run for an hour. We have set the ticket prices to very cheap because the last few days while I've been playing the game, I actually did like a little test local to global. And I did it on very cheap, and I realised the pop differences from very cheap to free tickets is actually almost nothing of a difference. So we might as well do very cheap to at least begin with, so we're at least making a little bit of money, but it won't be much. And something I usually never do on my own personal local to global saves is introduce titles straight away. Now we don't have a render or anything for this yet, and this is just a template name. We'll change it, and it'll be obviously the oldest. Now it's officially the oldest title we'll ever have in our company. But I thought I would introduce titles straight away, just because it'd be quite cool to have a title that was founded the exact same day as our company, like a super old. And later down the line, we can change it up and maybe use that storyline wise or into effect that way with the history of our promotion. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We do have workers and a ref assigned. We'll go over that once they are all here, because we put offers out for them. I'll be playing as Craig Prince. There's no real reason behind this. I do, of course, know him from playing the C version mods. I'm sure it was 1982 or 87. I'm really bad at remembering, but I played a lot of it, and I do remember using Craig Prince. He used to be a very good technical wrestler, but we'll probably use him as a road agent, but one of the new features on this year's game is your user character. You have to pay them, but it doesn't say. Yeah, it says here he's under exclusive written contract for 0 per month, which shouldn't be the case. So I don't know if this is going to change. But usually, I think when I was doing my practice, quote unquote, practice run through, he was costing me like $400 a month, which is quite a lot because all of the workers we are bringing in, we'll advance a few days here, all the workers I am bringing in are based in America. The popularity, because our company's on 0, I haven't focused too much on worrying about that. But I have 10 workers, it'll be 5 faces, 5 heels, of course, 1 referee, and all of them are based in America and are very, very cheap. I oh wow, Rain Man is someone I had on my shortlist to bring in potentially, and USPW have already offered him a deal, so we're just going to unshortlist him because he's done. There's obviously I'm not 100% familiar with the Seaverse on every single region. Of course, I played it before. I do know quite a lot of the wrestlers, and I do have my favourites. Some of them I've added to my shortlist because I didn't want to sign them all straight away, you know. But the majority of them will probably get snatched up by one of the big 3 companies in America. We'll complete all this. We'll not go over any of them just now until. But yeah, I want to try and use those guys on my shortlist, so they'll probably be the ones I'll look at first when it comes to bringing in new faces. Because I want to get the chance to use them, you know, before the big guys come in and swoop them up. Because once that happens, I probably will never get to use them at all throughout the whole playthrough, with how long it's going to take. Okay, we're done with this, so this means we can now jump into our roster. We can have a nice little. We'll try and do a quick run through. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything to mention. I mean, if there is, just ask, you know, if you guys want to see some more. But for the majority of things, I think we've pretty much got the gist. The short-term goal right now will just be, yeah, just try and get as much pop as we can with every show. Make sure we're going up every show. Of course, we need to hit that 17 mark in our home region of the Great Lakes to go up to Tiny. It's going to be a bit of a slugfest, but I just think there's not enough content on YouTube of the Cornellverse, especially full playthrough. So I just think it'd be so cool if we can stick to this and actually hit global and have like a 200-300. Well, I mean, it probably would go to 200 or 300 episodes, maybe even more. Like, it's going to take a long time, no doubt. And I get to learn the game a bit better because I'm not the most well versed, should we say. So it'll be good fun. Hopefully, you guys can, you know, get yourself immersed in your own little bubble, as we all do when we play these types of games. We get lost in our own little world. So hopefully that can happen as well here for you guys, active wrestlers, so we don't get the ref or my character. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. So I actually set all this up maybe a day or 2 ago, but I haven't had a chance to play. So if I'd done this properly at the time, we should be able to make 5 face and 5 feel pretty easy. We're going to very quickly run over these guys. Popularity wise for the Great Lakes, we are probably looking to. Yeah, there's 4. There's only 4 that are over 10. But like I say, it won't matter too much right now. All of them are fairly good workers. Blue Dragon, 22-year-old American. I don't think he's new to this version of the game with 4 years experience, but I don't actually remember him from 2020. He's not bad considering, you know. 64 psychology at 22 years old is pretty good. He's a little lacking on consistency in selling, but his safety and his basics are pretty good. So safety is going to be really important, especially at the early stages when we're pretty much just signing the bottom of the barrel for the most part. But yeah, he's pretty good. He's still very young, 4 years experience, so it's pretty good. So he's not like super green in terms of being like a young lion or anything. Excited to see how that goes and use him. Will we use him as a heel? I'm not sure. We'll quickly run over them and then I'll change it. We have Davis Wayne Newton, who I've never actually used Davis. I do know he's a very good worker, as you can see from his stats. And if anyone knows about Auspicious Aussie, shout out to him. He's pretty much the GOAT in the sense when it comes to doing local to globals. He in his 2020 series used Davis Wayne Newton and he turned out to be very, very good. And I had him on my shortlist. I was kind of surprised he's not employed by one of the top 3 because it does say from his description he's kind of missed out on becoming a megastar. Now he is 34, which is a little older, but 83 stamina still is, yeah, he's good. He'll be good. He'll 100% be a heel from what I can remember. Yeah. I won't change the gimmicks. I think if they all have a gimmick assigned, I don't think Blue Dragon did. Nah, I'll need to do that, but he'll definitely be one of our main players. 82 star quality too. Then we got Dr. Funkenstein, who is definitely new. This guy actually looks really good. He's 22. He has 68 psychology. His other primaries are pretty poo. His selling's a bit rubbish, but he's 6'5" and almost 300 pounds. So that kind of makes sense. He is, of course, young lion, 86 star quality, great performance skills, which I love. That's like my thing. That's what I go weak at the knees for, you could say, is the performance skills, and he does not disappoint. So he's someone we could look to. I mean, when I say look to the future, I mean the like not even on the horizon. I'm talking like 5+ years. But if we can manage to keep a hold of him, I think he could turn out really good. It's more a case of how much his primary skills develop, and he only really needs one to probably be, I would say, above 60, 65, and then he can it'll carry him over with his performance skills and his charisma and stuff like that for the match ratings. And he has very good attributes too. Easily marketable, a people person personality, which is very good. Storyteller for backstage is good, and he's an amazing babyface. I mean, yeah, you can't go wrong. And of course, with the 6'5" frame, good menace. Jules Knight, pretty bland, no performance skills, but good in-ring worker. It's kind of the same as Max Mayhem. He's a little bit worse. He's more, I think Max will probably just be canon fodder, especially with the fact he's 37. Then we got Mitchell Aldred, 29-year-old, also known as the Architect from previous versions. He's pretty good worker. He's a little lacking on his performance. I mean, they are good, definitely passable for sure, but we'll see what we can do with him. He looks pretty good, professional personality too. I tried to make sure these 10 guys, I think 5 are already employed, 5 are unemployed, but most of them have pretty good personality types, maybe apart from Mutant. Mutant, someone I didn't get to use on last year's game, but he does look very good. It's a bit of a bummer. His performance skills are so good, but his microphone's down to 61. I mean, especially at this stage in the game, he can still 100% cut promos and it'll be good enough, but he's also very good. And his attributes don't really assign him to a heel or a face, so we'll need to decide where to put him. He's a huge 6'7" as well, same pretty tall like Dr. Funkenstein. He'll debut as King of the Wasteland gimmick. He's a bit of an oddball, I suppose, but in that sense, he kind of reminds me of Varuk, if anyone knows WWE. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm kind of getting that vibe from him. Then we've got Papa Swole, who, if I remember correctly, in my memory, is horrible. He was really bad on the last version of the game, I think, but he looks really good this time around. I did use him on my little practice save I did when I first bought the game, like last week when it came out. But 80 star quality. He's also 6'7", another huge guy. 84 menace. You know, he can speak, good charisma. 62 psychology, and he's 25. I mean, he's good. And he's also another guy who's he's ahead of his time. I didn't know that. That's good. Loyal, irrepressible. Oh, he has a hot new catchphrase right now. He's easily marketable, and of course, better as a babyface, which is always good. Remy is another one similar to Jules Knight and Max Mayhem, where he has no performance, but his in-ring is pretty solid, so he'll probably be used as a stepping stone. And then we have Texas Hangman, another 6'7". We have a lot of tall guys, more than I thought. He, of course, doesn't have the best selling, to be expected, but he's only 23. 51 psychology is not bad for his age. He has, again, star quality, good menace. It could be better on the mic, but oh wow, he's really good hardcore and brawling. I think that was the same with Mutant. Yeah, the both of them have good hardcore and brawling. That's maybe something to remember. And he, just like Mutant, doesn't really have he has a temper. I didn't know that. He has a temper. Oh, he's like a quiet sort of ticking time bomb. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I thought we'd just go over them real quick because I'm not 100% sure how they would all be. You know, we'll be learning them all together, I guess. But now we have to decide who to make. Blue Dragon definitely. Oh wait, hold on. It's putting him as a heel. Oh, he passes on knowledge, which is useless right now, but good trait to have. I feel like Blue Dragon would be more of a face. Davis Wayne Newton definitely will be heel. Doctor, of course, he'll be face. Jules Knight heal. Okay. Max Mayhem face. Okay. Yep. I would have signed him for that then. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get up to speed here. Mitch, I think he's more suited to be a heal as well. So that's 1, 2, 3. Mutant. They're putting him as a heal. I might change you to face, actually. Papa, of course, he should be. Yep. Remy is a face as well. And Texas Hangman is a heal. I feel like we don't have enough. We should probably make Mutant. I think we make Mutant as a face, and Blue Dragon is. This is going to be hard because I don't want to. We do have. I didn't mess up, but the people we signed is quite a lot of them are actually good. Like, they're good in-ring workers, apart from maybe a couple that would be the sort of cannon fodder. We only have 4 faces, so those two, Papa Swole and Dr. Funkenstein and Max Mayhem, definitely. Remy doesn't need to be. So we have, essentially we have 6. We'll keep you, yeah, we'll keep you as face, that's fine. But we need to change one of our heels to face. And I'm thinking it's going to have to be Mutant or Texas Hangman. Yeah, I think Mutant. I think you're going to have to... yeah, you... In terms of in-ring workers, when you take out Davis Wayne Newton, I could obviously be wrong, but I'm assuming Mutant will be up there on the skill department when it comes to matching, and we do need it, so let's go with that. We'll turn them. Not yet debuted, so it'll take effect immediately. Okay, perfect. So that means if I go back in real quick, just to double check that we're all good to go. Yep, we have 5 now. And then, of course, if we do face, yep, okay. And we have a ref. We just need to quickly check availability now that we've signed those guys to make sure none of them are booked, because we do have 5 guys that are employed at the minute. And, of course, 5 unemployed. So let's have a quick peek. So we're doing the 4th Saturday of every month, and at the minute, that looks... Why the hell is it listed all that time? Wait, what? Is that a glitch or something? Shows importance. Hold on. Yeah, it's a monthly show. That's weird. It's almost looked like we were doing 4 kickoff carnages on the one night or something. That was weird. But yeah, I think we can pretty much just go now. Let's advance to the next show. We, of course, the main goal right now is get pop. That's the only thing that matters. We're going to lose money regardless, so we're not even going to worry too much about the finances, even though we shouldn't be spending too much, given I have signed, everyone is on like $30, $40 per show. Half of them are covered for their travel costs, but they're all based in the US, so hopefully it's not too much. But yeah, we're just going to have to run through these shows. We'll keep it 1 a month, because I'm more concerned about this. The natural growth limits, of course, I put it on a week and I have no idea how it's going to go. We may end up changing it, you know, nothing's set in stone with the playthrough. We're not really going super gamey or super hardcore on our tasks and our plans. Am I going to get stopped every single time I'm advancing to get told about that? I may have to change that with the people on my shortlist so it doesn't actually stop my advancing, to be honest, because that'll be a little bit annoying. I'll do that off camera though. But yeah, I'm excited. I haven't played TEW in a really long time. It'll be nice to bring it to YouTube. Hopefully some of you guys will follow along for the journey. I'm excited to get it going, learn the game a bit more, play it in a more streamlined way that's the game's sort of meant to be played, which I obviously don't do. So we got a lot to... Yeah, this is going to be a common... Hold on, maybe we should try and fix this now, because it'll get annoying quick. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I guess this is the joys of watching it live when I don't edit it. Wait, hold on, worker... Oh my god, I'm probably staring at it. Goes in 2 dots with a band. Worker relocates, no. Well, most of these are receive, and I shouldn't be stopping on receive. Right? Can I not? Am I? Wait, loaned out. Yeah. I don't really want to ignore it, but I don't know why it's stopping. I guess it does. It count as a contract offer? I guess it counts as a contract offer, which we actually can't turn that off. Well, we could and turn it back on when it actually matters. No, well, no, we will. No. Financial warning. Nah, okay, we're just gonna have to deal with it. I don't have too much guys on my shortlist anyway, so hopefully that isn't going to be a pain too soon. But yeah, we're 25 minutes in here, so I'm going to try and crack on, and we can hopefully get through one, maybe even two shows. I'm hoping, which shouldn't be too hard, with only 10 worker roster and a 1 hour event show. We're probably not going to go too crazy on storylines and stuff right now. I do need one storyline to be, I think, hot or above to not get penalised right now. But yeah, we're just going in to get a feel for it, see what workers stand out to us, what ones don't. Like I say, I'm not going to play it super step by step, very specific, sort of really, really manage it. We're just going with the flow. We're going to have fun, see how it goes. Just have fun with it, It'll be really cool, especially if we can get all the way through and look back through the years to our champions and the shows and everything that's happened with our promotion. It'll be good. You're kind of getting, not spoilers necessarily here, but these guys on our... Yeah, let's turn this off, actually. Hold on. Maybe there's something I can do through the shortlist, because it's not even my workers it's popping up for. So this is my shortlist, which is guys I'm familiar with. Most of these guys I'm familiar with from using them in 2020. One or two not, like Marco Gonzalez, just really young, looks quite good. Yeah, should we just... I don't really want to remove them, but it is this is annoying me. I'll maybe figure it out. I'll figure it out off screen. There's probably a way to do it, and it was probably staring me right in the face, but obviously in the moment, you never notice. It's one of those things. I feel like the advancing this year feels a lot slower, but it'll be just because we're running one event per month, so there's so much to advance through to get to the next show. 2 shows a month could definitely be a shout, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think we might actually be worthwhile me cutting it here. There's probably obviously a lot to talk about, but I'm trying not to blab on too much for you guys. I feel like I'm trying to keep it very sort of plain and simple and not go too crazy on overloading you guys with information. We got the product down. We got our first title, which will be on the line on their first show. I'm just trying to think in my head who's the best person to give it to push us forward, because it won't matter right now with pop, like who has the most pop necessarily, which is quite funny that Dr. Funkenstein is the person who I think is the most popular, but he's probably the worst guy on the roster and the youngest, which is pretty funny to me. Signing guys going forward, I realised through my little practice save I done, it won't be hard, but it'll be a little harder than usual when it comes to signing guys with pop, who we can sort of use as stepping stones, because there's no companies in the Great Lakes, so it doesn't necessarily mean they won't have pop there, but they just won't have as much as they would in a lot of other regions, which might be a bit of a pain. But we're on Wednesday here now, so we're almost there. I'm actually surprised it hasn't stopped us again with even more info about the shortlist, to be honest. But we're getting there. I think I usually always do local to globals with my own company. I just prefer it that way, I like to make my own history, so to speak. Starting it from scratch is a lot of fun. Okay, we're here. We don't... Blue Dragon joins WLW. Okay, that'll be good. More matches for him. He'll progress faster. So we have Kickoff Carnage 1 tonight. We do need to start a storyline, which I think, depending on who we put in the main event for the title, we'll just have our storyline at the minute revolve around a couple workers rather than be more in-depth. I think is probably the best. So give the night off no one. The plan is to use everyone. I mean, we only have 10 workers. We'll need them all. Slight location for the Great Lakes. 55 fans expected. I think we'll just do generic. I don't know in terms of higher cost how much that's going to be. If we do generic, 200 estimated on most of these. Oh my god, 80 grand, that's crazy. Yeah, it seems. So I feel like if we do generic, it'll hopefully pick. Because of course it's only going to show us the 55 fans, it's not going to show us what stadium or whatever we're in. So we'll just. Yeah, I'm not actually sure. We'll go for it though. Hopefully it doesn't put our estimated costs up. Wait, what is this? Despite his best efforts to make alternative arrangements, Texas Hangman has been stranded at the airport and will not be able to make the show. So that is not good, because now we do not have an even amount of workers, and we've already given no one the night off. And I don't want to have issues already with leaving people off the show, which probably wouldn't happen, but I don't know how severe that penalty is, because like I mentioned, I've never used it before. I've never turned it on. So this is a learning experience. This is quite bad. Actually, he's quite a good worker too, Texas Hangman. I used him in my little prompt do save, and he was actually doing quite a good job. So of course, our creative energy, which is a new feature in the game, we have 75, but after taking off the 20, we're at 55, which gives us enough to. I think creative energy is a good. Yeah, I think that's a good shout. We can use that on the main event tonight. A bit of a gamble, but it's fine. I think we'll take the risk. You know, if you don't take the risks, you don't get the rewards. Locker room incidents, there is none. Okay. And then we will address the locker room with team bonding. I think that's a good one to start on. Let me just double check nothing. Yep, all strengthened. That's good. Alright. You can now move on to book the show. So straight away, we're going in. Now, I was going to do a fatal 4-way. I didn't know who I was going to put in it, but I was going to do a fatal 4-way for the title. But now that Texas Hangman isn't here, I could just do a triple threat, and it means I won't need to sign any other local workers. I don't think so. No, it won't. We could do a triple threat, a tag match, and maybe a singles would be a good shout, maybe. But we'll definitely do triple threat for the title. Who does the game regard right now as our major stars? Oh, we have quite a few. I didn't think it would list this many. Now we do need a good rating, and we're going to try our creative finish. I think based off this list, it makes the most sense to give the belt to Davis. I think, but the thing is, it's going to be quite hard to take it off him, or do it so it makes sense to take it off him if we give it to him. The biggest and the person that stands out the most would be Mutant. Maybe Papa Swole. Papa Swole isn't quite there though. I think honestly we'll do Davis, Remy, who works of course face, and we could do Mitchell. I think, yeah, and in that way the defeat goes evened out between a heel and a face. We'll run this. Let's try 15 minutes, and we'll do Davis Wayne the victor. We'll have him pin Remy. We'll have it be an open match, and we'll use a creative finish, which is a bit of a gamble. Hopefully, we don't get stabbed in the back here on our first ever show. With that one, hopefully it's a success. It'll help boost us up a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be almost impossible for us to not make pop on the shows because we have no pop. You know, unless we had every segment hit 0, which I think is impossible. That would be impressive, actually. Then we don't really have anything to worry about. Okay, exclude already booked. I think we should. We don't really need to do tag, but I'm curious to see if we can get anyone to have good chemistry together. Oh, yeah, it's just a case of who. Who do you think would be a good match? I think a good one would be. Do we put Mutant in this or leave him for the singles? We'll do Papa Soul. And we can have him, you know what, actually we'll have him team with Dr. Funk. And they can go against... Wait, I might have actually messed this up. Hold on. 1, 2... Yeah, because we only have 2 heels left because... Of course, with Texas Hangman being out in the way we've booked the main event. which is fine. I mean, it's not that big a deal. The reason it's doing that is we need to put. Technically, we should have put a. Yeah, we put because Texas Hangman's a heel, so we need an extra face. I'm going to just change it. Actually, screw it. So we need Davis against two faces. So Mitchell will take out, and we'll put in. Oh, Jules Knight would have been good. I think he'll would have got us a good rating. Who can we put in? Wait, hold on. Blue Dragon works as a heel? That's. Did we not change that? Mutant's a face. So yeah, these are our heels for. I feel like I've messed up here somewhere, but it doesn't actually matter. It's not going to affect anything. But I thought I made Blue Dragon a face. It's not. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Max Mayhem is not. I don't think he's going to be great for the ratings, but we'll need to do Remy, and you know what? We'll do Papa. We'll do Papa Swollen Remy. We don't need to change anything there because Remy's going to take the loss. And we definitely have the title on the line, which of course Davis Wayne Newton's going to win. And then now we can do our tag match. And we'll do, yep, we'll Doctor can of course, we'll do... Did we do Mutant and Dr. Funkenstein? That's like a weird, imagine they had good chemistry together. Yeah, that works. And then we'll put Blue Dragon, sorry, and Jules Knight. We'll do it 14 minutes. We'll have Mutant. We can't really afford to have him lose right now, because he'll be the one probably challenging Davis Wayne. We'll have the loser be Blue Dragon. We'll do an open match, but we will do a clean win for Mutant. And then to start the show, we'll have Max Mayhem lose to Mitchell. Well, 12 minutes, we'll have Mitchell take the win in an open match with a tainted victory. We're going to try and portray him as a, not just a heel, but, you know, a real sort of scumbag. What is he going to be debuting as? Superior. Okay, that works, that works. And he did have, I believe, yeah, his pop. Okay, yeah, I have an idea, Ian. So to start the show, we are going to do an in-ring promo with Mitchell. And he's essentially coming out, calling out the roster. Basically, it's essentially an open challenge he's doing. In the ring live, we'll do it improvise, see how he does. Yeah, he's basically coming out, calling out the roster. And then I also want to do an angle with the Doctor, because I'm curious to see how well he does, because based on his stats, we could actually do an interview, but I don't know how an interview works without an interviewer. That seems a bit weird. Because we could do him and Mutant. Nah, we'll do it backstage. Him cutting a promo. We'll do 4 minutes, and it's basically just him. Dr. F. And his Walker. In fact, who was it he was teaming with? I forgot already. Fill it in anyway just now. Who was it? Oh, it was Mutant? Okay, what the hell? Why did I feel like it wasn't? Okay, so we'll go to Doctor and Mutant backstage. Mutant can technically talk in the mic and it would be fine, but I just want to see how good of a rating we get. In his locker, talking over tactics with Mutant. But of course, with Mutant, I feel like he's someone who shouldn't be talking, just based off his whole look and the aura he gives off. We will have him cutting promos, no doubt, because he does have performance skills. But we'll give him a non-speaking appearance in this, and it's essentially just Dr. Funkenstein talking. Maybe it doesn't have to be 4 minutes, but or 5 minutes, sorry, but we'll just keep it at that, just so I can get a good idea of where he's at right now with the ratings. Talking over tactics, and we'll put that right before their match, actually, right before they essentially come out. But yeah, this is looking not bad. 57 minutes. We got 2 angles, 3 matches. We could obviously do more angles because we do have guys like Mitchell who can cut them. Davis Wayne Newton actually could do if we wanted to. But this looks quite good. We of course don't have Texas Hangman, but everyone else is being used. I don't think I have anything else to do, or we got a creative finish added in also. Yeah, this is not too bad. Oh, I almost forgot because I've obviously never done it before. Our storyline. Okay. Okay. We'll just call this the Founding Fathers. And we'll just describe it as the OG Prestige Worldwide roster go at it to secure, no, to go at it to get their hands on the first ever belt. I mean, it's not the worst, but could be. We'll obviously put Davis in. We will put Papa Swole in. Who else was in that match? That's so bad I forgot. We'll just put the two. I think we'll put them two in it for now. Obviously, Mutant, essentially. I mean, spoiler alert, will probably be added, and maybe another one just to so the storyline keeps advancing essentially. But for the moment, that looks fine. Okay, let's run this. See how it goes. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'm overthinking too much because I'm also recording, so I'm trying not to make myself look too bad. Store. Yeah, okay, yes. Currently assigned to yes. Okay, nice. Let's go. So 55 people in the Great Lakes. We have Mitchell Aldred, aka the Architect. I may change him back to the Architect, I think, because that's what I obviously knew him as in the last game. I think I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that after the show. So in an average 5-minute interview, oh, well, I literally just spoke about not making any sort of silly mistakes, and I already have because I've assigned them to an interview. Although it says here a 5-minute interview, we saw Aldred cut a promo. I think I changed it. I feel like I changed it to a promo. It doesn't really matter. He gets a 31, which is actually quite good considering the level we're at. But it also got the crowd hotter, show off to a strong start. But obviously the bad side is his rating got a poor. Not suitable to use by a face. That's fine. That doesn't matter. Yeah, poor's not great. I think he'll be able to get that up though with his performance skills. And about that had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Mitchell Aldred defeats Max Mayhem. Wow, this actually Max got a 42, and he got a very good on his Extreme Thriller Seeker. This match got the crowd hotter, which is they're on white hot already. I did not expect Max to get 40 plus. I mean, Mitchell, aka the Architect, getting 47 is really good. He gets penalised for basically comedy bouts or gimmicks, which is fine. That's not going to be an issue. Very good, actually. I maybe shouldn't have. I'm starting to regret putting this as the opening match because I don't know if the other two matches are going to get above 49. But very good. Okay, that's worth remembering. Max is yeah, he did good. But the win for Mitchell on his debut. Oh no. In a poor 5-minute interview. Why does it keep saying interview? I don't know what's okay. Never mind. It's fine. Because yeah, promo backstage we saw Doctor cutting a promo. Additionally, there was also Mutant who was just listening. 19 rating, which is not good, but we did get great ratings on their gimmicks. Got a bonus for hot crowd. Mutant got a bonus for high morale. and Dr. Funkenstein got a bonus. I felt like this should have been better, given Dr. Funkenstein's popularity and his stats. Oh, hold on. His gimmick can be penalised for being used in lengthy angles. Now, I don't know what is portrayed as a lengthy angle, but I feel like 5 minutes wouldn't be. And he's already very marketable, and his gimmick makes him even more marketable, which will be good further down the line. Actually, that's really good. Mutant, his gimmick is not suitable to be used by a heel. He is not, right? No, he's not. He's a face, and he's not a comedy gimmick. So that's okay. That's good. Nice. I mean, gimmick wise, nice. After the Architect not getting a great one, but 19 segment rating is not so nice. Then we go into a 39, which is a big step down from the opening match. Jules Knight debuts is a 1,000-hold gimmick. It gets very good, so that's pretty good, but he was also off his game. He seemed off his game, and Mutant was really off his game. Ratings wise, nothing too much to stand out on. Dr. Funkenstein is the lowest, as I was expecting. He's also getting better at his gimmick already, which was rated great anyway, so that's perfect. Mutant gets a 32, which probably he would have been round about the same as the likes of Jules. Blue Dragon also gets a 36 in there, but of course Mutant and Doctor, they take the wins on this one. Gimmicks may receive a bonus when booked to look dominant, which he probably won't. Gives a small penalty to charisma during matches and angles. The angles won't matter because he probably won't really be in any, because he doesn't have performance skills, but it's not the worst. People like Jules and Remy are perfect examples of, they'll be very useful, but in terms of being in our long-term plans for like titles and storylines, they probably won't really be used. But well, never say never, I guess. When you play games like this, sometimes your plans don't quite pan out, and you get a lot of things thrown in the mix. But they win. Mutant pin Blue Dragon with a Tina Turner in 14 minutes, 39 rating, going into our main event, which gets a 50. This looks interesting. Okay, so the debuts do pretty decent, adequate for Rennie Honeyman, which we don't really care about. Papa Swole gets a very good on his Papa Swole gimmick, which, I mean, if he didn't get a good rating on that, I would be very confused. The Founding Father storyline is started with this segment, and our creative finish was a success, so we get a 50 rated segment, which luckily beats the opening match. Rating wise, the champ, Davis Wayne Newton, who pins Remy to become her first ever. He submits Remy Honeyman with an STF, and he wins our first champion on he's the first ever champion on our first ever show, but he was really off his game, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, that's also not actually that good, because he's not amazing on the mic, but he's good enough to be put on the mic, so that it's only a small penalty, but it's kind of annoying considering he's probably going to be speaking on the mic now fairly often, given he's the champ. Okay, I mean, it's not great, but he does get a great rating on his gimmick, so we can't complain. Great rated show. This is a perfect, actually. Really good show. I wasn't expecting it to do so well, but like I did mention before, I didn't really mess up, but I kind of signed 10 guys who, they're all pretty safe and have good basics, so it makes sense that our shows are going to be pretty good straight off the bat, and 45 is like great. Even for a small company, a 45 would be passable, so this is good because they're only going to get better as well, which is really good. Locker room, I think we'll give this to Mitchell and Max Mayhem for our opening show. Those guys really surprised me. I should, in theory, give it to Davis because he's our new champ and all, but actually, yeah, maybe we will. Mitchell will probably get it again. He's more likely to put on better shows than Max. So, sorry, Max, we're kind of stiffing him here. But we'll do good performance. Both seem pleased. Financial report. So this is the main thing. Ticket sales and merchandisers basically non-existent. We're spending 780 on workers and we lose 1,000, which isn't actually that bad. It's I expected this to be around that, maybe a little worse, but I didn't expect our workers. So bonuses and perks, which I believe will be the travel costs, is 400. Basic pay is only 380, so that's fine, which means we actually aren't paying our avatar any money, and I thought we should be, which is a bit weird. We do also move up to 1 in popularity. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye on that because natural growth limits are set to weak. I really want to keep a close eye on that for the whole first year of our promotion. But I need to do a better job of talking and playing at the same time because we're at 50 minutes and we only managed to get through one show, which is a bit of a bummer. I want to try and burn through more, but we'll find a nice groove, guys. It'll get better. But if you have any tips or anything you want to see that I maybe forgot to show, or any workers you think I should be signing, let me know. Obviously, if it seems beneficial to the series, we can make it happen. We have quite a lot of franchise players. What about hidden gems? So the Mask Grappler, he's someone. Zippy's Devil's another one who's quite good, but he's just 2. He's actually got pretty good skills. He's someone I was going to add to the shortlist, but I feel like his fundamentals are just a bit too low. But he's someone to definitely keep an eye on. We could definitely bring in. The Mask Grappler, I believe, is new to this year's game, and he is really good. Like, really good. He has 71 psychology. His physicals and fundamentals are amazing. Somehow he doesn't have star quality when he's a 6'2", muscular, 230-pound guy. Now, the only reason I didn't sign him is because I'm pretty sure in my playthrough I did, where I was basically just testing things, he got signed by, I think it was SWF or TCW, literally only a couple months into the game. But he's someone you could really sign and just push, I think. I'm really, as a guess, 24's not super young in terms of if his performance skills will change. I feel like these are the hardest attributes to improve within the game for me personally, from my experience. But my experience in the game will be nothing compared to most of you guys out there. Primetime Jack Pride's another one we could. I mean, these are guys to maybe keep in mind, but we of course aren't really looking to making any more signings anytime soon with what we have. But yeah, that's it for our first show. We got our new champ. Show number 1 is done. We got the product down, our preferences that we're going to be running. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm pretty sure it'll be good fun, but I think we'll call it here for episode 1. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you guys think. Blue Dragon needs a gimmick. I didn't give him a gimmick, so I didn't change him. So that's something I'll do. I'll do that off camera. This is what I mean. I need to do a better job of talking and playing, multitasking. Typical. I can't do it, But yeah, this is so far so good. I'm just trying to really immerse myself in the game world, because my memory's shocking. So I need to sort of create my own little bubble to really get into the game and remember these things. Before we go though, one last thing. I want to check contracts. So he is 400 a show. Huh. I feel like we did not pay him the money. Maybe, we actually must have if it was so much, but okay, fair enough. So we may actually have to look, because we're using my avatar as a road agent, but I feel like we could get a cheaper road agent, but he'll be nowhere near as good as us. But in terms of minimizing our losses, it might be something we look into doing, to be honest. But yeah, let me know, of course. I'm going to stop playing now and work on trying to remember how to do YouTube and upload this video. So we'll save it for now, and I'll probably put a stop to it for today. And hopefully if you guys can let me know what you think. Like I say, any ideas you have, or maybe your experience playing local to global and how it's been going, let me know. Like I say, we'll take it all on board, but hope you guys enjoy and are excited. I feel like the content for TEW is few and far between, so having more videos and more content to watch, I think it's a good thing. The more the merrier, but take it easy, guys, and I will see you next time.